Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is pecan pie. I'll be having that with some chocolate caramel creamer. That's a good combination. And today's high is going to be 81, and it looks like that's going to be the last warm day. I mean, it'll still be warm, but in the 80s, at least for the next week or so. So it's going to be going down into the 60s and even 50s. So it's going to get cooled off quickly now. So I still have to break down my fountain, which I'm kind of not doing very quickly because I enjoyed it so much this summer, but I want to enjoy it again next summer. So that needs to be covered up. And I've been fooling around out there, pulling out dead flowers, and yesterday I gathered a bunch of black-eyed Susan flowers. I still have some dill out there that I can gather the flower or the seeds from. So yeah, it's getting to be seed gathering time. It's getting to be time to harvest the herbs, and so there's still things to do out there, but it's not difficult things to do. So I was just looking outside. That was a weird wind that just blew by. Well, anyway, I started watching on TV. I started watching Stranger Things. And I had tried watching that a couple times because everybody says, oh, it's really good. But I just couldn't get into it. So I thought, well, I'm going to watch more than 1 or 2 episodes. I'll give it 3 or 4 episodes, and if I still think it's lame, then I won't watch it. But I actually like it. I mean, it's about a bunch of kids and a monster, of course, and but what I'm enjoying about it is it's set in the 80s, and all the clothes and the cars and the music. They have a lot of the music from the 80s in there. And it's just kind of taking me back down memory lane when I was a young woman. So that's kind of fun. But, it's a silly show, really, but I'm enjoying it. And I think there's 4 seasons. I'm in season 3 somewhere now. So, and you can see as the kids grow up and get older, which is kind of neat, because that's about the ages of my kids back then. Well, they were a little bit younger, but still, it's just kind of a fun show. So, anyway, I like to watch TV in bed at night. I know they say you shouldn't do that, but that's what I like to do. And I don't see where it keeps me up. In fact, it relaxes me, and sometimes it just helps me fall asleep. Once I start dozing off, I turn the TV off, and I pretty much sleep through the night. So let's give the coffee a try. Cheers. That's a good combination. Chocolate, creamer, and the nutty flavor of the coffee. I've always enjoyed those 2 flavors together. So anyway, I will meet you over there at the budget book. Hey, here I am back at the budget book. Well, yesterday I did spend money. I went on Amazon. I was running out of vegan ham flavored base. And I like to use that to make soups and things. So today I'm making a potato soup. I have potatoes and carrots and things that I need to use up from the refrigerator. So right now I'm working on the produce in my refrigerator to eat that up. And then next I will move to the freezer to eat that food. So I'm trying to get a little less food in my refrigerator and freezer, but I still want to keep in mind how crazy the world is, and I still want to keep a good stock of food. But that's not a worry for me because I do have a decent sized stash. It's not like over the top, but you know, it would be good enough for, I don't know. I don't know how long. It's hard to gauge it, but I tried to make it so that it's well-rounded in as far as canned goods and dry goods and some things that I enjoy eating. So I spent $20 on 3 of them because it was the best bang for the buck. So, and Amazon is having Prime Days. I think the 8th and the 9th. So there's a couple things that I want to get. One thing I'm looking into is a walking pad. With winter coming up, I have a treadmill in the basement that I've had for years, and I use it off and on. I'm not consistent with it because the basement, even though it's finished, it's not my favorite place to hang out. So I thought getting a walking pad, it's like one of those that you put under a standing desk. I thought that would be maybe something that I could keep in my living room and stick it under the couch and use that while I'm watching television. That way I'll get a little bit more exercise. And I was surprised how cheap they are. You can pick one up between $100 and $150. So, but I want to get one with a handle because as you get older, of course, you know, your stability isn't the best. Now, I'm fairly, knock on wood, stable on my feet so far, but, you know, that could change at any time. So I do want one, a folding one that has a handle that folds down. So I'm looking into that, and I have some Amazon points from buying the generator, so I think I can get one pretty cheap. So I'll probably wait until Prime Days, but there's a lot of them on markdown now. So I could walk in place, you know, I could do that. But I think this would be a little bit more interesting, and I think I would be more apt to use it. And I can store it under my day bed so that it's not plopped in the middle of the living room every day. So anyway, that's my thoughts on things to get ready for the winter, and so I'm not so sedentary. And just sitting around watching TV. I mean, not that I'll be doing that anyway because I have a lot of purging and organizing to do this winter because it's my goal to get it all done in a year, and then I'll start all over again and you know, continue to downsize and purge as long as I can do that. So I go through pretty much my whole house once a year and look through things and, you know, try and get rid of things, reorganize things. There's things that I find that I'm just not using because they're not convenient. So then I try and rearrange things so that some of the things I don't use so often get put away, and some of the things that I do use that I found, I put at a more convenient place. So anyway, that's my strategy. How do you guys organize? You know, is that something that you do once and done, or is it something you work on all the time? I pretty much work on it all the time, whether it's organizing my garden or my basement or my clothes. You know, it's ongoing with me. So, all right, that's it for my budget book. Trying not to break the budget. I'm paying for the generator, which I thought it was very important to have, especially before the winter. And with as old as our grids are in here in our country now, and all the things that happen with the storms and all that, I felt like I would be more secure buying a generator now before we go into the winter. So that's what I did, and I got it same as cash, and it'll be paid for shortly after Christmas. So, all right, that is it for my budget book for today. And we'll chat about something else. Right, so here I have 2 very small potatoes that I bought for markdown, at markdown for $1 at Mark's. I think it's 5 pounds. I need to start using those up. So they're yellow potatoes. Over here I have a little bit of mushroom broth left over that I had ramen noodles last night, and it was too much broth, so I saved the broth. Going to put that in with the soup. And then I have these carrots that are starting to sprout that I need to do something with. So today I'm going to make a potato carrot soup for 1. So okay, use up what you have, buy things on markdown and use them up. And you can save a lot of money on your food bill. I have all these carrots. I've already proceeded to cut some up, and they're all fuzzy and they're all sprouting. So I'm peeling them all, washing them, and then I'm going to stick them in here with some water. That way I'll have cut up carrots available and they won't go bad. And then over here, this is going to my worms, and they'll be very happy. My potatoes are cooking along with some carrots, and that'll make a delicious soup. Okay, the soup is done cooking. I'm going to let this cool off a little bit before I blend it up. And let me give it a taste. I added some parsley, garlic powder, and onion powder. So let's see if it tastes good. Yep. Very tasty. Okay, well, I had some of this Happy Farms chive and onion cream cheese. I use that up now. It was starting to get old. I have this tofurkey, roast beef style, deli slices. I have these smoky barbecue ribs from Aldi's. These are so good. And then I have a lot of wraps. This one's a tomato one. So I'm going to make some of those pinwheels, and I can eat those later with my soup. So I want to use up what I have so I don't have to go to the store. This next month, really the only thing I'm planning on buying is produce, unless I find something down in Amish country that's tasty, because we'll be going on Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, stick it in the fridge, and leave it in there for a while for future me today. I have a lot of seeds here, flower seeds, and they self-seeded this year in my planter box here. Oh, that's a pretty one. So anyway, I'm going to gather these seeds for next year, and I'll have a lot of these. I'm not sure, I think they're black-eyed Susans, but they could be something else. Let me know in the comments below. And I have all this parsley I need to dry, and then all this big rosemary plant. I'd like to save that. So I'm out here working in the garden today, just cleaning up some things. And look at my Malabar spinach. It's huge. I'm going to plant this again next year. The bugs don't seem to like it, but it's starting to go to seed. So I'm going to save some of the seeds for next year. And then I've got some kale growing in here and some Swiss chard. And I still have a bunch of basil that I need to harvest. I have some parsley. And I'd like to save some of those zinnia seeds too. So, okay. And more black-eyed Susan seeds. So you can save your seeds from marigolds and zinnias and black-eyed Susans. Oh, and also from your basil. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work. Again. Cheers, let's have some coffee and chat a little bit. Let me know if you guys like me inserting this section into my videos rather than some of the other things. And if you enjoy the inspirational quotes of the day, let me know it down in the comments below if you like this section so I can decide if I want to keep it in or just put something else in my videos. So, you know, I'm always looking for motivation because if you have a lot to do, you get to the point where you're just kind of beaten down, and you know, it's like a lot of the things that have happened in my house were through really no fault of my own. Things wearing out. You guys know, you know, the mouse drama I had, and that took quite a while, so I had to pull everything apart. Things that were organized are now all over the place. Then I had the plumbing leak, so that bathroom's all torn apart, and this most of it happened in the basement and in the garage because I had to move furniture around from upstairs to downstairs to the garage to this to that. Anyway, and it all happened within a very short period of time, so it sort of turned my whole world upside down. But I have to keep motivated to keep making order because I can't stand all this chaos around me. The world's chaotic enough without my sanctuary home being such a chaotic mess too. So reading these for me gives me a little bit of outlook on how to keep myself motivated to keep going. And I have days where I get a lot done, and I have days where I hardly get anything done, and that's okay. But it is my goal to work on a specific thing for an hour a day. If I work more than that, that's fine. And I know there's days where I can't work on it much at all because I have a lot of medical tests coming up. Not this week, but the next couple weeks after that. It's almost every day I have something going, whether it's taking my dogs to the groomer or getting a medical test or taking my mom somewhere shopping or to an appointment for her. It's going to be crazy 2 weeks, so I probably won't get much done. And it was my intention to finish up the garden, which I will make that my #1 priority, and then get started in the garage because I want to get that done and over with by the end of November, which is doable. So anyway, that's my goal. Concentrating on one area at a time and not, even though something's really bugging me, like the garage and the basement, it's the time of the season for me to finish up the garden and put that to bed because I keep telling myself you're going to have less work in the spring and you can concentrate on things other than, you know, big cleanup and moving things around. So that's my thoughts. So that's why I like reading from this book. So one of them is, without inspiration, the best powers of the mind remain dormant. There is a fuel in us which needs to be ignited with sparks. So whatever sparks your motivation, you know, if that's watching some YouTube Clean With Me channels or gardening channels that keep you motivated, or, you know, whatever it is, reading a book about whatever you want to get motivated on, learning as much as you can, working smart instead of working really hard. That's always a good strategy. So, you know, on your downtime, you can still be working on your goals by doing things like that. You can sit and watch a YouTube tutorial or a YouTube motivational video in your downtime. And sometimes, I know for me, that sparks my motivation. That was by Johann Gottfried von Herder. Then this is by Samuel Johnson. Nothing will ever be attempted if all possible objections must first be overcome. So, you know, people telling you you can't do that, or yourself telling you with your little critic, you know, oh, you can't do that, it's too much, it's too this, it's too that. All these reasons why you can't do something. Instead, like I said, find things that motivate you so that you can say, yes, I can do that. And then don't beat yourself up if you don't have success the very first time. Like, I know I'm not going to get my garage cleaned in a day. It's going to take me a week at least to get everything cleaned up, if not longer. So don't have unrealistic expectations of yourself. And, you know, start small and build on that. And as you are successful every day, you'll see a difference. One success builds on another. And if you fail, so what? You know, just start over again and say, okay, that didn't work, but I'm going to try this now. And you can talk to people. Let's say somebody has a super organized garage. You can talk to that person and say, how did you get this to look so nice all the time? And you'll be surprised. People want to help, you know, most people anyway. So, yeah, stay motivated. And I know it's hard. It is. It's hard for me, and I know it's hard for you. But we can do this. Yes, we can. So, okay, I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter. I mean, not 10 minutes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to focus more on one particular segment and subject in my videos. So, all right, well, that's all I have to talk about on the motivational thing. And I'll be back with my dinner in a little bit. What are you doing there, Chloe? Are you sitting in Mama's chair? You look very nice. You're not supposed to be in my chair. You're supposed to be on your couch. You're such a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Okay, I'll let you sleep. Right, so here's tonight's dinner. It's my potato soup with carrots, and I put some vegetarian bacon bits on top. And then here is my, vegetarian rolls with the tomato wrap, cream cheese, vegan lunch meat, and pickles. So that is tonight's dinner, using up what I have, trying to save some money for other things that I need. All right, my friends, well, it was a productive day. I saved some seeds, cleaned up my little garden boxes a little bit, did a little trimming, and then made dinner for a couple of days so I don't have to do it every day. And I'm happy with my progress today. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.